Hi, divas.
Hi.
Hello. How are we doing today, girlies? Gorgeous girlies.
Was that regular? Are we Are we live?
Yeah.
We're live. We're ready.
I just didn't play the music because I just decided I'm gonna add the music afterwards. Sorry, people. Just imagine you're hearing the
It really
music.
gets me in the mood. To
Yeah, it
start.
really starts things off.
To be honest, I'm not well. How's
Oh.
everyone else?
Yeah, me neither.
Oh,
My stomach
geez.
hurts.
Well, what'd you have from Chick-fil-A today?
Excuse me. I haven't had
Damn.
Chick-fil-A all week.
It's been nearly a week.
Girl.
It's Tuesday. I haven't had Chick-fil-A all week.
Heavens.
Although they did send me a free sandwich, so they're
They're
trying to get in my good
Oh,
graces.
they
Yeah.
miss you, girl.
And
What it-
as I told everyone on Friday, Bob the drag queen worked at Chick-fil-A. And Bob said,
Mhm.
not a bad place to work. If you work there in high school, they pay for your college.
Wow.
Sure.
Chick-fil-A
And then
scholarship.
Monet was like, we are not talking about
We ain't doing that.
Also, like,
girl.
when did Chick-fil-A start? Bob probably started way back when, like if Bob Pat was a high schooler now, probably wouldn't be the same,
Oh,
Or would it?
yeah. Do they still do it? I don't think they're paying that much, but
Yeah, I
who
don't know.
knows? I don't
I'm
know.
not.
I'm not looking for a job.
Mhm.
Why is your tummy rumbly?
What's
Because
going
I
on,
ate a
Casey?
banana. I ate a banana.
That was our pre-show pod talk that the bananas are
Uh-huh.
making our
Bananas
tummies
hurt our tummy.
Yeah.
Did you know you get
Okay.
more potassium from a potato than a banana? And even potato chips.
Well,
Well,
Healthy.
in that case,
healthy.
I was
Healthy
shocked
hat.
to find this out. I had no idea.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I feel like my potassium is always low. So maybe I'll just go grab a bag of Lay's
Chips.
original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flakiest chips in the world.
The saltiest little yum.
remember when they used to have those ads that were like, look at how greasy and gross these Lay's chips are on this
Yes.
fabric. But look
Yes.
how they look when you're eating Pringles. Was it Pringles that they were?
I think it was Pringles, yeah.
Because they're like, oh, those nasty chips. But
It was
ours
always like a generic
nasty.
yellow bag that you knew was
Uh-huh.
too
Knew
you knew
the
was-
stand-in
they
for
were dragging
Lay's.
Lays.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
rude. How dare
Yeah.
they?
Were you a
Dragging
baked
Lay's.
Lays? Did you go through a baked era?
I will
did.
if I were to go through like a Subway, a baked Lay, a baked like barbecue Lay would be my probably chip of choice.
I had a very strong regular classic baked Lays era,
Listen, they hit. To this day, I think they hit.
but baked Doritos were really great.
Oh, I
They
don't know
were
if I ever
real
had a
good.
baked Dorito.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
they were good.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't like the baked Lays. It was like eating nothing,
Sure.
just chomping away.
Chomping away on air.
Chomping
It's
at
funny
me.
that Pringles did like with their whole, because I don't think of them as their Pringles are in their own category. They are not
Yes.
like, when I'm like, oh, I'm hungry for a potato chip, I never mean I'm hungry for Pringles. If
No,
I'm
no,
hungry
no,
for
no.
Pringles, I'm going to say I'm hungry for Pringles.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I could eat a whole thing
I-
of Pringles.
Absolutely.
Oh, if you want to
Easy.
talk about a food that feels like you're eating air,
Air, literally,
it's
just like-
Pringles for sure.
It
But I mean, I feel like I
disappears.
could eat a full bag of chips too. Like specifically the size you would get from like a Trader Joe's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
Where it's like
Mhm.
bigger than a normal bag,
Bigger than a normal bag.
but not like family size.
Yeah.
It's the like veggie straws for me.
Oh,
I
veggie straws.
could
Oh, that's
bitch.
styrofoam.
Well,
Edible
remember?
styrofoam.
Oh, I love veggie straws. I remember when Trader Joe's had the ketchup sprinkle seasoning, and I would put them on the veggie straws, and they tasted like a French fry and ketchup.
Yeah.
But then Trader Joe's all of a sudden just stopped making it or
'Cause-
selling it at my store.
Yeah, because everyone started doing their own veggie straw. It used to just be the one girl. What's her
Yeah.
name?
veggie straw.
It was like
Veggie
the
straw.
brand was
Veggie
veggie
straw.
straw. Yeah.
And now, I mean, famously, that's the one thing Jace brought back for me from Expo West were some alternative veggie straw chip. I was like, wow, thank you.
What's
for that.
it was like you gotta have it. What is it called? What was that?
You gotta
brand
try
called?
this.
You gotta
what did
try it or
say?
something like that.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
It was called You Gotta Try
The bag
It.
you
The
showed
bag,
us.
You both
Oh.
my God.
I have no idea what the brand was. I know it was a zesty ranch flavor, and I
Yeah.
ate them immediately. That he got.
Don't worry,
But
I'll go back into the archives.
The
No,
group shot.
Archives.
The banana that you had today, that wasn't the Reese's frozen fruit banana slices, was it? I just want to make
She's
sure.
like, I
No,
had a
that
banana
wasn't-
today. The frozen Reese's banana piece.
You know, the one that's frozen and dipped in
And dipped
chocolate.
in
and
covered in
chocolate
chocolate
peanut
and peanut
butter.
butter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that wasn't me. That was Free Lack eating those.
You need this.
You need
this. That's
this.
what
You
the
need
bag
this.
said.
Do we?
Fries
Do we need
zesty
it?
ranch.
They were pretty good.
The
They're very
other
good.
thing I could put away is the Costco size, the like pea pod chip.
Chickpeas?
No, it's the like pea pod with like the wasabi flavor.
Oh yes.
What is that? It's like
No.
a farm on the cover.
Yes, 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 yes.
The cover.
They have like little
that
lentil rounds. And there is like a Thai
Harvest
sweet chili-
snaps.
Harvest snaps.
Oh.
They have these like rings as well. Instead of the pods, they're like these rings, and they have a
Oh.
barbecue flavor. But specifically, they have a Thai sweet chili flavor, and it is my shit. Like I will
Ooh.
eat an entire bag in one sitting. It's so good.
Oof.
They're so good. Love them.
We're back on Grocery
We're back on
Corner.
Grocery.
This podcast is
Yes.
back, honey.
Root of our roots.
Honey.
But no, I'm not doing well because Winnie had surgery yesterday, and
What? She had a hysterectomy?
she had stitches in her eye.
She got her tube
stitches
side
in her-
finally.
Finally,
Winnie said, "I'm done.
Wow,
You know,
she's
I
I'm
put
good.
my
done
kids-
having kids.
I put my
Yeah.
kids through college. I don't need any more kids."
No,
I'm
she
done.
had stitches in her eye because she got like a little like tumor taken out,
Oh.
and then she had a
Oh.
dental cleaning, but one of like her back teeth was cracked, so she had that removed. And so she's in a cone. And yes, she's been in a cone.
I thought you
before.
were gonna say coma. I was like,
Oh
my
she's
God,
been in a
coma.
Just like Kate Middleton.
like,
yeah.
Yeah, so like that is what I like. That was the whole thing. I was like, oh my God, she's not gonna wake up from anesthesia, blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
None of me thought that I would have to be concerned for the recovery portion. Like, I don't know why I didn't think to myself it was gonna suck.
You've been a
but in
nurse
fact-
all day, basically.
She cannot go up and down stairs for 7 days. We're supposed to carry her
no.
up and down stairs. She's
Yeah,
supposed to be
her
in this
cone-
cone
how
for
would she even
2
do it?
weeks. I don't
Her
know.
cone is bigger than her.
Her cone is so big. And like granted, she's been in a cone before, but she was a puppy.
Yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
got fixed when she was a puppy, and we were,
You were
still living in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we could get one of those soft ones. It can't be a soft cone because it's literally on her face, and a soft cone could still like
Ooh.
I've never heard her cry the way she's been crying, and it's like constant. It's like a oh. She like
Girl,
didn't know
that's
how to
just
lay
Adam every
down.
day, girl.
For
Let's
the
just be trying
first-
to go to sleep.
It's honestly so sad. It's so
God.
sad. But yeah, so we just like can't leave her for
Mm.
2 weeks. So super. So it's great. That's how
Yeah.
I'm doing. That's
So
all.
no getaways.
No trips.
No trips.
I had to tell Aretha, sorry, I can't visit you
Sorry,
like I said I
Aretha.
was.
Oh my God, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no.
sorry.
Are you forcing Jace to stay too? Be like, if we're
he-
both taking care
It's
of this
a
job.
no, it is a 2-person job because
We
like when
are-
she
yeah.
eats, like we take the cone off and we have to like surround her so she doesn't like take off under the couch or something.
Could you say Saritha? Is that funny?
Sorry, no, it's not.
No, that's
Okay.
not funny.
Okay. Well, we're just spitballing here.
You
We're
know what?
no
You
idea
know
is a
it.
bad idea.
Sometimes it
Workshopping.
sticks, sometimes
Right.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't want to talk about this on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
But
Perfect.
we are
Perfect time to
aware-
bring it
but
up.
But we are aware of all the things circulating on the internet today about the Nickelodeon talk.
Oh, yeah. RJ, did you see any of this?
I've just been seeing clips. So I saw the clip of Drake. I saw the beginning of Drake talking about it, and I was like, I have to stop. And I scrolled, and it was like a full segment. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Did you
okay,
see
I'm
the
hooked.
Hollywood Reporter interviewed Dan Schneider?
Yes, I was sending it to
Psycho.
Casey and Jill.
Recent to
Two
talk
days-
about this?
19
Today.
minutes. Pop
Today.
Crave tweeted it.
Today.
A 19-minute interview. I was like, nobody wants to hear what you have to say. I promise,
No.
girl.
But it's the guy from apparently he's from iCarly. I did not watch iCarly, so I don't know him. But it
Oh,
was the
yes.
kid
It
from
was- he-
iCarly
he
who
was-
was like,
I-
"It
It's
drives
the
me
big. He's the bagel
was, like,
guy.
the-
The smoothie guy. He worked at the smoothie store.
And then
But
there was a
That
clip,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
there was a clip
Yeah, I
that
don't-
was going on too of the girl that was in all that. But I just recognized her, but I was like, I want to, because I think
Wow.
I want to watch the whole thing. Because I mean, like that was my like all that like Amanda
was my-
the
I was
Amanda
gonna-
show like that
I was
was
the
what I
Amanda
grew up
show.
in.
Did you know I made a tape to send in for an audition for all that / the Amanda show? I made
Wow.
because I would like
Amanda,
do
please.
I would do sketches like that. Like I would make up characters and film myself in the basement.
Oh, I pretended to be a Zoom kid for years.
Oh, for
I was
sure.
just running around being like pretending to give news or like if like we're doing if I'm doing origami, I'll be like, first you fold this, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Well, I didn't do that because I was like normal as a child.
Not me.
Not us,
But-
girl.
Ari and I middle school age, like late middle school, early high school. We would get together, and do you know the show from Travel Channel, Most Haunted? Did you ever hear of this show?
No.
It's not a show you would watch necessarily, but it never even passed by. There's this British lady, her name is Yvette Fielding, and it was just like one of those stupid, really early ghost shows, like paranormal type shows, and they'd like test out overnight in a castle in England or whatever. But she had the most iconic like British accent, and so she would say, we would get together and pretend to be her and be like, "Hello, I'm Yvette Fielding, and welcome to Most Haunted. Tonight we're at a castle in Glastonbury, and we're going to see if the ghost of Jack the Ripper is really going to touch us." That was like how she talked. It was great. I love
Yeah,
her.
very normal. I mean,
Very normal.
So normal.
very normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was basically Clarissa Explains It All.
Oh,
Like, in my
girl.
head, I would
you
talk to
sit
the
on your
mirror.
couch.
I
Yeah,
would talk-
absolutely.
I would talk to the
I
would
mirror,
also talk to the
you know,
mirror.
and be
I would
like,
talk to the mirror. too.
parents, what do they know?
Yeah, and then he
Like,
would talk
you know.
back and said, "Girl, I think you should do it."
Girl,
No,
girl.
my main
Yeah.
character that one of
Do it.
the sketches. I'm not gonna do
This
it.
is your SNL tape, but for Amanda show.
There was a character that her name was Arthritis Jenkins, and she was a physical therapist, but she got confused and actually got a job as a real therapist, even though she's a physical therapist.
Wow, and you had the depth to do
I
that.
had like multiple sketches of Arthritis Jenkins and like my friends as people who came
Miranda's
in.
got an
Miranda-
arthritis.
Dan, do you want
Miranda's
to
got an
do you want to
arthritis.
just get Dan?
It
Do
was
you
like
just want to
arthritis
get Miranda
Jenkins.
on your
No.
show now? I think he would
Yeah.
love
Girl,
Miranda show.
Oh, It
that was
rolls-
my
it rolls off the
dream.
tongue.
what would have been your dancing lobsters? Would you have had your own dancing lobsters, or would they have been
that's a
deer?
good
Would they have been
question.
fawn?
Dancing
Phone.
deer. Like the deer from the Very Merry Parade. Absolutely.
Yes.
Mhm.
Would have been just them. Full reindeer in holiday garb.
If we ever did a live show, when we ever do a live
When we
show,
do
When we go on our tour.
oh girl,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
Arthritis Jenkins will be making her debut.
Physical therapist. Oh, for
I
sure.
can't.
And like
Yep.
growing up, my thing. So me and my friend Emily and my cousin Tracy, we would do these videos on Christmas night. So the night after Christmas, or the night of Christmas. So after all the
Right.
Christmas stuff was done, we'd
Okay.
do
got it.
videos.
Post presents.
And I would always be this character named Charles. So I was a man, and like I was always like a creepy guy. And I would just like make a goatee and like pull my hair back, and I'd wear some like hat, and I would like just come into whatever scene it was and just be like a creep. And that was my character. I was like Emily and Tracy always got to be like the cute girls or whatever, and I was
And
just
you were
Charles.
the creep.
I was
Yeah.
just Charles.
Charles the creep.
I was
Well, this
just
was only a few
Charles.
years ago, Casey, right? Because you're so young. You're
Yeah.
you're one of these
so-
young girls.
Mm.
Yes. So, you know,
It's up on
you can
YouTube.
find it on YouTube. So
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica is saying Jessica's here. And they
Jessica.
said they went to school with someone from Moody's Point, which girl, I didn't watch Dawson's Creek, but my sister watched it all the time that I basically knew like what the vibe was. So any Dawson's Creek parody, I ate up Moody's Point. I thought it was
Moody's Point
so funny.
The mom in the
Oh,
hot air
stirring him.
balloon is so
The mom and
funny.
my mom is stuck in a hot air balloon.
Oh my god. But she didn't know. She was like, "Oh, mom." And she's like, "I'm up here. Somebody get me." Oh, classic.
Just really quick
Man.
before we move on, we did, of course, Jessica's iconic bit. Whenever we realize that Jessica's here, we do the Jessica's here, which made me realize, Miranda, we've been doing that bit for so long, and Casey
Casey
has
never
never
knew.
understood where that
Never
bit
knew
was
the
from
video.
because she
It's
doesn't know
now just a
Sabrina
bit.
Breyer.
She was just like, "Wow, my friends are so funny."
My
on
friends
the
are so
podcast."
funny.
Look at this
Fun.
bit that they do. They just like create them from
So
mid-air.
Fun.
Crafting.
How
So
funny.
fun. How fun.
So, are you allergic to bananas? Is that what you think is
Yeah,
going
let's-
on?
No,
let's do
no.
consulting corner.
Adam was clearly
Clinic
not
corner.
listening pre
Yeah, I was
show because
sending
I
work
said,
emails. Okay, some of us have
Okay.
jobs.
Well,
At
it's healthy to
7:30,
turn
babe,
off
keep
the
bragging.
yeah.
Keep bragging.
Keep bragging.
Sure.
Oh, I wish I could keep
Oh my
working
God,
after
I'm
five.
so
I wish I could
jealous.
be emailing my boss right
Oh,
now.
God.
Ooh.
Please. Anyway.
No, I
No,
didn't hear.
bananas I said that's happened to me before where like I ate a banana and I got in my car and I had like the most severe cramps of my life. And I was like, what in the world? And it's from a banana.
Yeah.
Bananas do that.
But we just don't know why.
We don't
Banana,
know why.
banana, 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 banana,
banana,
banana show.
Stupid.
Totally.
Totally. Oh my God,
What are
totally
we talking about
Kyle.
today? What's going on today?
Before the end of grocery corner, I started drinking
Tell me.
CBD
CBD
drinks.
sparkling water, and so I got 3
Did you try
flavors
the
of
one I got?
Wink. Have you had
did you
Wink
try?
before?
No, I've only had the one I brought the
Oh,
local
yes.
brand I brought you.
This one is called Wink with a Y, and it's CBD
Wank.
and THC. So I
That
was
sounded
really
like an
I literally
Australian.
brought you.
Oh, I thought yours was just CBD. So that's why
No, so you're telling me I spent a decent amount of cash to buy these?
I
for
drank
you
all
and
of
have you?
those. I
They're
drank
both
all of
THC
those.
and CBD.
Oh, okay, that makes because I was looking through it and I was like, oh, these are all THC. I think all the ones that I drank were just CBD. So I was like, okay, well then let me find something that's like small. And these are like little.
RJ's been very
THCs.
annoying and being like, I just like, I finish one of these drinks and I get so loose. And I'm like,
Ooh, I
girl,
let
shut
loose.
up.
It's just like, oh, I feel so.
Lucy Ladam Duca.
I had so I still have mango left, so I'm gonna try that later tonight. But I have had the black cherry and the lemon lime,
Ooh.
and the black cherry like got me. But I think because I was like drinking. it
Got me to
faster.
where I need to be.
Got me to where I got to work.
What are the levels? What are we? Because I think the ones I brought, I think they were because THC is not legal in the state of Iowa. So what they do is they literally like filter one chromosome out of the THC that makes it legal,
Oh,
and then that's how they do it.
THC.
I don't
so they do it.
TH.
So these are 2.5
Okay.
milligrams of each. But the other ones in our liquor store had like 4 that I was like,
I think
Oh
the
my
ones
God,
I
you'd
brought
be
we were 5 and 2.5.
Stoned.
5 CBD, 2.5 THC.
2.5 THC, but they just came out with one that was 15 THC, 15 CBD, and I'm like, I
Then
would
just
go
smoke weed.
into a coma.
Then
I
just
would.
take an edible.
That would. Yeah, like no, thank
That's
you.
scary.
Could not be me.
Do you have to be 21 to buy it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, do you guys know it's March?
It's
That's
March. Have you seen
mad.
that TikTok going around that everybody's stitching? Because this girl goes, "It's March where I'm from, and it's 86 degrees outside."
It's March where I'm from.
It's so funny, man.
It's March
Anyway.
where I'm from. That's
So
so
it's
funny.
March. It's spring. It's Adam's birthday week. So many things.
Oh yeah, Adam, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to dinner somewhere?
We are going
No, after the concert. Obviously, we're going to a concert.
after the concert.
or like the weekend. Anything other than just our concert for
So Saturday.
sure.
Uh,
Cheesecake too.
no, I don't know. I'll decide.
What do you
When's
crave
your
for in your birthday? The 22nd.
Friday.
I always get
'cause
them.
it goes, I get the three of them.
Tell
goes
me.
Joey, Adam, Lindsay.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I know
Infamous.
Adam's the 22nd because Jace's friend Tyler is also the 22nd. But I always get confused.
No, you know Adam's the 22nd because you know Adam's the 22nd, and then you remember
Tyler
the way
is
you
also
remember
the
Tyler's
22nd.
birthday is because he has Adam's birthday. That's
That's
how it
true.
works.
That's
That's
true.
how it
That's true. Yeah.
I want to make
I
that
think Lindsay's
very
the
clear.
23rd.
Yes,
I think
Lindsay's
Joey-
I
after me.
started
I'm
to
in the middle.
panic when Adam sent us that picture of his Whole Foods cake, and I was like, "Are we not saying
We're
happy
not
birthday?
saying
to
happy
him?
birthday
Like,
to him today. This is his way of saying
This is his
I,
way of
I
being like,
bought
no
my
people-
own damn cake.
Just not feeling very appreciated in this group.
Oh
No, that
my
was just
God.
from-
Well, then we couldn't read the damn thing.
I know.
Well,
happy
That
birthday.
poor
Because like
worker.
our office is under construction, so I've just been working from home for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's
It's been
and
really
so-
fun for me.
I bet.
and so because we met for like a team happy hour last week, and they were like, well, we don't know when we'll see you again, so we bought you cake.
Mhm.
So, but it was strawberry shortcake. It was great.
Adam, weren't you telling me about ordering cakes at Costco? Like you just like fill out a form or whatever, and then
Oh, have you ever ordered a cake at Costco? They know
Yes.
what we're talking about. You fill out a piece of paper and then you drop it in a box and then hope
the
to
next
God.
day,
And there's no
it
confirmation.
may
No
or may
one,
not be there.
no one says anything. They don't call you and they don't say, "Hey, we got
hey,
your order."
cake's in.
Whatever. You just show up when you said the
When
day
you
you were going to
said?
show up, and then it's there.
Hope
Does
to
it have a
God,
thing
yeah.
that says there's a minimum or no?
That I don't know.
I don't remember.
A minimum.
Like minimum time.
What?
Like I can't like
Oh.
I feel like you could do it next day if it was like not
not
wild.
crazy. Like just the sheet.
like
just
before a certain time.
give me sheet
Because
cake
they're
number
making
two.
they're just making those sheet
Mhm.
cakes every single day.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all they do in their bakery department.
Wow.
So,
Well, Adam,
Well,
listen, I love sheet
try it
cake.
out.
I'll put a little form in
Love
on
a sheet
Thursday and
cake.
have it ready for Friday.
Just a massive, perfect for the two of us
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
our
just a
no
massive-
counter space.
Yeah.
You should
so-
go
A
to Trader
petite
Joe's and
little
get their
cake.
little baby cakes. They're little like
Mm.
they're really good. They're like this big.
Adam
Get one of those
recently
little baby. What do they call them? Smash
Nothing.
cakes.
Smash
yeah.
cakes, yeah, 1-year-old, yeah.
for the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
baby.
get a
For the
smash cake just for
baby.
the baby.
The baby
Just
is
like-
God.
Yeah, you and Friedrich can have a smash cake together. Adam recently has been a big fan of the Whole Foods hot food bar sesame chicken.
Oh.
It was one
it
time,
was one time,
and
but
he keeps bringing it
because
up
it's just because he's like, let's go back.
because it was good. Because honestly, you know what? It was sesame chicken, and I could get mashed potatoes. And you know what?
Work.
You never
You
were
know
able to
what?
do that.
And you know what?
What
Party
Chinese
none.
restaurants also like? We're also offering mashed potatoes. None.
None.
And
None.
None.
what
And
place
you know
that
what?
serves mashed potatoes is giving you sesame chicken? None.
You wanted your
None.
potassium.
And I heard
And I wanted
somewhere-
my
And I
potassium.
heard you
I
get
heard
potassium
somewhere
And I've been
from those.
my potassium levels have been really low lately.
Mine are so
So-
low. Mine are so low.
Can't
What
you,
is-
can't
isn't
you
it like
OD
something
on
about-
potassium if you have too much potassium?
Yes, but you have to have you have to eat like a day's you have to have like 47,000 bananas or something crazy. You can't
Yeah.
OD on potassium, but you can OD on anything. You
Well,
can
that's-
OD on too much oxygen.
Well, that's
and
probably
die.
your problem, Casey. You had like 12 bananas today, so.
Oh, that's well. I wasn't.
it.
I wasn't eating them all.
Okay.
Well,
All right,
Miranda
let's
left the pod.
go.
Let's
I did
go.
not
It's
even
March.
see it, thank God.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
it's March and what?
It's March where we're from, so
It's March where we're from.
we're unveiling our own March Madness because we love
Because that's
sport.
what everybody does. while we're talking, as he's bringing up our March
Mhm.
Madness bracket, D23 and Disney has done it again, where they do not know how to make a goddamn bracket.
I was gonna make this my go off.
No, but you're talking about who is competing.
Who
Yeah,
is
They
in
yeah.
there?
make the bracket incorrectly.
Oh,
Because
sure.
The
Oh.
brackets are supposed to compete by regions.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there are 4 regions in a typical bracket. Ours is half of it. But
Yeah.
there are 4 regions. The regions compete against each other. And once there are winners from each side of those regions, it goes. Disney's brackets literally like skip a semifinals. And they
Oh,
do not make
yeah.
sense. I will have to I'll post it on our story when this goes live on Thursday. But I was so angry last year. I'm so irrationally angry this year. Like, it doesn't make sense.
No one from ESPN moved over
Right.
to Disney Social or whatever.
And I'm like,
was
how
like,
is it
hey
the
guys,
same
this
girl?
is how it works.
God.
That's why I was telling RJ, I go, you gotta get Miranda on this because
Yeah.
she's very passionate.
Because
about
initially
get
I
very
just
angry.
texted Casey because I was like, I think we should make it and then surprise the girls. And Casey was like, no, you need buy-off for Miranda to
No,
make
it
sure
was
the
good. I'm sorry,
bracket
I was like-
logistics work.
I was busy working and babysitting today that I saw it. And if
Yeah.
I saw something I needed to say, I would have said something, but it did look good. So I was like, great.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Looks
we are
great.
going to unveil. We are launching this year's Go Off bracket, and this means we've taken our our most memorable Go Orfs, and we're gonna say which one we feel the most passionate about as the
Got it.
Yeah,
peak
which
Go
is
Off,
the top go off.
the top Go Off. Okay, so here she is.
Wow.
We've got soda is more hydrating than water.
Can you fix the window size?
Yeah, I'm
So you
trying.
can make it a little bigger. Oh, I guess not. Oh, there we go.
It's a little better. Soda is more hydrating than water versus Chipotle's serving size. She's a constant fave of us to talk about, Miss Chipotle.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We've got viral foods going out of stock versus arriving at Midway, but flight is out of O'Hare. We've got front door.
Who was that?
Yeah, I wonder. I forgot who did that
know.
one.
I don't know who that one was.
We've got front door soliciting multiple times versus Cinderella Castle burned down, which are both Miranda's nightmares. Truly. And then finally, burning your mouth from an onion ring versus Black Friday shopping is not the same.
Oh, man.
Is it from each of us? Or you didn't do that?
I didn't do it. I
Okay.
went for all of
No.
these are Instagram clips. I'll play the little audios. At least I can. I think I can try.
I
You
mean,
know,
that's
something-
a lot of audio.
Yeah, it's a lot
yeah,
of
it's
audio.
a lot of audio. Never mind.
And we don't keep
But
our
it-
go off to a minute anymore. Like
maybe
That's true.
maybe we play
These
the
are
top
all-
one.
Yes,
or the
whoever
top
wins.
2.
But these are all on Instagram, so you can all go to the reels and find the one. And we'll make sure to reshare it, whoever we decide is the winner.
Now, when we're voting,
Mhm.
when we're picking our selections, is
Yes.
it the one we like agree with the most? The one that we I guess
Yeah,
I'm
so like
confused.
Go Off is like, like passion, like I need to express this. And so I feel like it's
Yeah,
the
like
most
what's the one that you would
you could
most
still go
want
off
to
today.
go off about?
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Mhm.
Oh,
after a
You're
year
still fired
'cause-
up about it.
Yes, because this is like I basically I looked from exactly a year ago. So
Okay.
what to this day, a year later, I am still so passionate about that I can go.
Got
off
it.
really.
I'm on it.
Mm.
All right.
There-
So
I gotta be honest.
Mhm.
I don't know viral foods going out. What is that?
we'll remind you.
Elaborate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not beating
Really?
O'Hare. I'll be honest. So I don't really even need to know. But
Okay, so soda is more hydrating than water. The absolute true fact that Adam brought with us, and
I
then
didn't bring it. Science brought
science did.
it. What am I
Okay.
supposed to do? I'm a harbinger of science.
And this Go Off was from when I said it after going to Pecos Bill. And after a hot day in the park, I asked for a Diet Coke and it revived me. That's evidence. You know how science works where you have a
Evidence
do
is
have
a
multiple-
hypothesis.
Anecdotal, always. Yeah.
We have multiple.
Hypothesis.
stories of Diet Cokes reviving.
Reviving.
It's real.
Absolutely.
It's real.
Versus
But it is going against the absolute
abysmal serving size.
serving sizes of Chipotle that I think the
Post-pandemic.
I think it's just the reduction of it has just been so egregious and
Drastic.
abrasive.
I think it's honestly worse if you order online.
Oh yeah, because
Oh,
they
it
can see you.
is. Yeah,
They're
you're
not
right.
looking at
They
you.
don't feel the pressure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Um,
they've got 15 orders in front of them to fill. in the
I
next 5
need
minutes,
these
so they
damn
don't give a
minimum
damn.
wage workers to feel scared when they're at their job.
Job.
I have to go with Chipotle serving size because the cost is going up and the food is going down. And it used to be a two meal for me. And now
Mhm.
I will eat that entire bowl in one sitting. And
Still
I don't
be
feel great
hungry.
about it. I don't feel great about it.
Oh, I'm 100% Chipotle serving size for
Well,
sure.
the fact that I've been having to like get chips too, just so I can fill up.
You need a
even more.
vessel. Yeah.
Well,
Potato.
Not. I don't feel that way currently. But when I was eating,
When you're eating more than 5 bites. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Okay.
Did you know I learned this from Somebody Feed Phil that 7 bites in Orlando is called that because
that's
the woman that owns it had a gastric bypass surgery and she learned after her surgery that she's only supposed to eat 7 bites of something, so they better be good.
Wow.
My mom had gastric bypass very famously.
Yeah, it was all in the news.
It was
on the
so
papers.
famous. And it was like a whole thing. Like she had to fully they just like they do one of these and your stomach is so small it can't hold anything. So she was
And
like,
you can't drink bubbles. You can't have any kind of bubbles with gastric bypass because your stomach will explode.
I hope that never. Wait, what do you mean? When do you have to have that? Like, when is like what happens to you? That's like.
When do you have to have
when
it?
do you have
When
to
you
have
are-
it? You never have
Whenever
to
you
have it.
gain,
It's not a
like,
forced surgery
500
people have,
pounds.
Miranda.
Oh, I didn't know if like
Yes,
doctors
it's-
recommended it and then they do it.
Well, yes.
Do you know
you
what
are not at
gastric
a point
bypass
at
is?
which
No,
if
I
you're
don't.
if you're in the my 900 life,
If
or
you
whatever,
are on 1,000
if you're
scissors and
if
your
you're
name is
calling
Tammy
soda
Slayton,
sodies,
yes,
that's when you need to start worrying about
it's
it.
like my Jeff Foxworthy. If you're on 1,000-pound sisters and your name is Tammy Slayton, you might need gastric bypass.
Oh, very good. That's good.
Wow. Casey, that was
Listen,
a little too easy for
the
you.
tummy
though, I
ache
will
is
say.
wearing off, and I'm
You
back
might be
to
a hillbilly
normal.
if.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You might be.
Gastric bypass is where they shrink the size of your stomach.
Your tummy.
Yes. The literal
Not
stomach
having
though.
bubbles is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life
Jessica
is
knows
not the
someone that
bubbles.
never gave
Life
it
is
up, and
not
they
the
just feel the
bubbles.
pain.
Oh, that would be me.
My friend had it, and he accidentally sipped from my soda, and I got so scared that like he was gonna die. I was like, "No, that's fine."
Sorry.
Wait.
Sorry, really quick. I don't understand, Jessica, what you mean by Coke Tall Boys.
It's a tall boy of
They
Coke.
make tall boys of
Do they?
sodies,
Oh,
like
really?
a can.
Yeah.
At like some gas
Yeah,
stations have them.
gas
I
station.
love a Diet Coke tall
How
boy.
many
It
ounces
is like
is it?
16.
Is it like a different ounce?
20?
Is it a different ounce
16 or
size?
20.
I think it's 16 because the regular
It's-
can is 12.
Oh,
It's a
so it's like
little
in
bit
between
taller.
a can and a bottle.
A 40.
In between a can and a hard place, yeah.
Oh, it's like the Arizona iced tea ones?
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, they have them at Dollar
Oh.
Tree. I've
Oh,
gotten
I've
the
never-
Diet Coke tall boys at Dollar Tree.
I have never seen this. That's so funny.
All right. So is Chipotle the winner?
I think Chipotle's the
I
winner.
think
Jessica voted too, so
Chipotle.
there you go. I updated her. There
fancy.
she is. Boop.
Boop.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
next.
Viral foods going out of stock versus at Midway. So
What was viral foods going out of stock?
Anything that I like that all of a sudden TikTok gets a hold of. For
Oh.
example,
Trader
anything at
Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Trader Joe's,
then-
cottage cheese. Yeah.
Cottage
Cottage
cheese, a
cheese.
basic amenity, just gone.
We
because-
tried to do the viral
Lobster.
lobster bisque pasta, and that soup, girl, She was out of there.
Flued out.
Flued out.
Mm,
Yeah.
She gone.
It's
Great at New Year's Eve,
cause seven circles or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Cotton candy grapes. I don't think I've still had those.
Cotton candy. You've never had a cotton candy grape?
They
think
hit
so.
or miss. Like I was at the grocery store yesterday and I looked at them all. I was like, I guarantee these all taste like shit.
No, they're not good. I don't like cotton candy
I
grapes.
love-
They're
If you get a good crisp grape, I love cotton candy grapes.
not.
Vegan bulgogi. Is that at Trader
What is the
Joe's?
vegan bulgogi? I don't think I've ever had that. Oh, yes, I have. Girl, there's so much sodium in that thing. I was like, give me water. I need the water. But it was really good. Besides that. Anyway.
It is Midway versus.
It's Midway O'Hara. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, girls. I don't.
Mhm.
Sorry about
I'm
your
not
whatever.
voting for Midway over
because it
O'Hara
will never
because
happen
Out of
to
principle.
out of principle and out of just like pure shame. Like
you. That
For
happens.
That's fine.
that's fine. But yeah, go ahead.
But you know,
Casey?
if what happens at the end of the
It's-
day is that I win this, then it was all worth it.
It's Midway. It's
Yeah,
Midway.
thank you, Casey, for being understanding and considerate.
I'm not understanding.
I mean, but part of that go off is Miranda
Oh,
Miranda
absolutely.
figuring
Screaming.
it out
Yeah.
and going, Adam. Like,
Please
like,
don't
that's part of
say
the go off.
what I am afraid that you will say. And we
I could-
check, girl. We check every time now. We're like,
Oh, I check before I leave. I check the night before. I check
Later.
before I leave. I check there. I like.
Make sure
because you
it's
never
Did
know.
they switch it
They-
on the
they might
way?
switch it.
Yeah.
Southwest is at both now, girl.
She's a
you
both.
never know.
Uh-huh.
Tip and
Yeah.
trick. Tip and trick. Everybody's been doing it on the day of your flight. You text your airline number to yourself and it hyperlinks. So say your American Airlines flight 1234, you type in AA 1234, text it to
To a
yourself.
text.
It gives you a hyperlink and it like gives you every information that you will need. So you don't have to look at the boards. You don't have to look at anything. It's
It'll
like,
just connect
oh,
to
this is where
whatever
your
the
plane
Google-
is right now that's coming here. This is where your gate is. Hey, when you land in Orlando, this is where your bag is going to be at baggage claim. Like it has all of that information.
Whoa.
And it like continuously
Wow.
updates. Yes, it's currently going around the TikTok. So
The TikTok.
All right,
Right,
next we have front door soliciting multiple. This is a Miranda special. This
This
is
is
front
the
door soliciting
Miranda-
multiple times
This is the Miranda
when she was
duel.
being harassed by
Harassed.
salespeople.
But like a man on a hover
a
wheel or whatever.
boy on a
child.
hoverboard
Ah,
who
a
came
child.
multiple times to my
Yes.
door.
And we have the Mousetrap News Cinderella Castle burned down to the ground.
I mean, it has to be the Cinderella Castle burning down. Like, people are just so dumb.
I'm going front door soliciting multiple times. I like Miranda feeling uncomfortable in her own home. I like a little bit of suburban scary energy, and I think that gives me that. It's a little horror movie. It's fun.
Great. Thanks.
Casey,
I'm burning down that castle with Mousetrap News.
Casey's
Are
coming
you-
up with her own Mousetrap news. She's like, what can we
Uh-huh.
do?
Why didn't I think of Mousetrap News?
I
don't
Casey.
Honestly,
You could have been the Onion, bitch.
One
Come
of my
on.
friends used to have an Instagram where it was called like Real Disney Facts, and every
Mhm.
fact was fake, and
That's
this was the precursor to TikTok.
Casey, this is your branding. You should have started Mousetrap News, and then the logo is Rizzo in the Mickey Mouse outfit in Muppet Vision, and then the
Oh my
highlight on the
God.
logo is Rat in Trap, so it's Rat News,
Wow.
like it's Rat
my
Pizza.
God.
Yeah.
God, we should have been there. I'm picking Cinderella burning down because it was so
But
egregious.
Brat isn't spelled out in order
it's
in
not. It's
Mousetrap.
rap.
It's
No.
Tra.
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 Well, you could maybe in the
Tra.
font. Maybe in the font. The
We're
P looks like
workshop.
a T.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
we're
not all.
It's a creative process.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the burning down is funny. Because it was everywhere that I was just
It was
like,
it hit so many normies.
yeah.
Who's giggling? Was that Joe?
Joseph. Yes.
Oh, I
That's
thought
so
those
funny.
Winnie
Was he
crying.
watching?
Watching this live?
Is he watching Is he watching
He's watching
us?
us.
Yeah,
He's
he's
watching
watching
our
us live,
friends.
just laughing his head off. He's like,
Yeah.
ha ha ha.
Aw,
They're
so
so
sweet.
This is my favorite show on
So
television.
funny. Oh wow.
He's in the
Uh,
other room, like all the way across the living room, playing a game on his computer.
It's solitaire,
Sure.
and the cards just
It's
shuffle.
And
so
it's
fu-
so- oh,
I
yes.
don't think I
The
giggle
cards
every
bounce.
And you know what?
time,
I giggle
man.
too. I get
It
it.
is
I
so
get it,
silly.
Joe.
So silly.
Okay. This one's
Oh
a
my
real
God.
a real a real test
Sophie's
on like
Choice.
American culture right here. Burning your mouth from an onion ring. Red Robin specifically. Your beloved a beloved onion ring versus just the demise of the rush of Black Friday shopping.
Man, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with my culture that Black Friday.
It's Black
shopping
Friday
is
for
not the
sure.
same.
It's the one I'm
Black
still.
Friday.
I mean, it
I'm
might be my
still
one pick. It might go to the end for
It
me.
angers me. It's
about you,
awful.
I mean,
Casey?
if RJ's brother was here, if Kuya was here, he would be.
He'll be so
He
disappointed.
would say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goya was literally like he was getting the newspapers. He was getting the emails and like forwarding
He
them
was
to
doing
me.
it.
He was
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
lo- I
love
was looking
talking
at
about
digital
Kuya
ads.
in the past tense as
No,
if he
I'm sorry.
passed away.
No,
That
he
was
didn't.
weird.
I'm
but-
saying like
Yeah.
he did. I'm saying
when he
did
was
it.
still with
Black
us.
Friday has
I'm saying
passed
when
away.
he did it
Yes.
this past Black Friday.
Rip.
But Black
Yeah.
Friday is
We
today.
are in mourning, but for Black
Absolute-
Friday
Yeah.
shopping.
Man.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I
Okay.
think that's a unanimous sweep. Nobody
Yeah.
cares about burning your.
It was
burn your
very
little mouth.
painful. Okay.
That it sounds like it.
Adam, we can go to a
And yeah,
random
the
for your birthday.
middle of those onions, man, they really get you.
They do because they get so hot and
They get
and
so hot,
it's so hot in there.
and it's so deceiving by the outside texture.
Wow. Oh my God. Look at this lineup now. The
Wow.
semifinals,
Wow.
bitch.
I
Wow,
think
wow,
now
wow.
we watch. I think now we watch these four
Okay.
We need to see the
Okay.
4.
to really get the
I
context.
actually don't know if Chipotle. I don't think I have the Chipotle one. Sorry.
I can recreate it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Let's do a rehashing of it to prove your point.
Well, it's funny because these are
Well, should
it's
we-
very Miranda heavy. Actually, was I
No.
Chipotle serving sizes or was Miranda?
It wasn't me.
It was
Mir-
not
Chipotle was
Miranda.
we all
Miranda
collectively
doesn't talk
agreed on
about
it.
fast food on this
Oh,
podcast.
that's true.
I
I
think it was
contribute when
us,
I can.
Adam, because I think you and I got more Chipotle this past year than
Yeah.
Y'all were on the
We were hitting
Chipotle
that up.
influencer list.
Midway is definitely me, and then the other two are Miranda. So it's really
I
pick
thought Black
your
Friday was
favorite.
RJ and I tag team Black
we
Friday.
tag team on. it,
Oh,
yes,
did you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, well, give us a little Chipotle, Adam, and then I'll
I mean, I don't even know what
there
there is to say. I'm still mad about it. I'll never be not mad about it. It's the same. It is the same as all the things that were started by venture capital firms in like 2011 that were all cheap. It's the same thing as like Uber. Uber used to be like $6 to go like 28 miles to go to O'Hare. And now it's like 55 at least to go down the street. I mean, it's so shocking. It's all the same. Every company starts, they're super funded, so they subsidize like your experience for you. And then at some point they're like, well, we have to make our money back. So then they actually have real pricing as opposed to what we've been living with the whole time. So now I feel like I'm getting duped.
And you know what I will say, even though it was not about
You got to go with the Five Guys model where they were always expensive from the get-go.
yeah.
They
They stayed
never were
true.
cheap. They said we're true to us.
But we'll give you a whole bag of fries.
Oh,
Yeah,
girl.
they
And-
were
It's
not
true.
stingy about that.
I
that's
just
true.
saw that a regular fry. I want to see their reaction, so please put that. Thank you, RJ. A regular fry at Five Guys is $6.39.
Wow.
But again,
But again, you're
That's
getting
three
like
potatoes.
full-
It's 3 potatoes.
it's a lot of potatoes. It's
That's
so
a
much
lot of
potassium.
potassium.
So much
Potassium.
potassium.
Because don't they have the like a regular fry isn't like they have a small fry.
Yes.
Yeah, so regular
it's the-
fry is like a large.
It's the yeah.
And then they have
Yeah.
like because their regular burger is a double burger, but
Yeah.
if you get the little
Um,
cheeseburger, it's a
2 patties.
Yeah.
I got 2 patties.
Oh, man.
Okay, I did find a clip of Adam complaining about Chipotle in a different way, so I'll play that to
Oh.
kind of add the whole thing to Chipotle.
To your
It's just a
open
closed circuit video of
establishment,
him at Chipotle.
okay, and it's
Can you
the
hear that or
middle
no?
of the No, day. they cannot. 2:00. Okay,
I
midday,
can- It's Halloween. I can
and
hear it.
you have 2 doors, double doors. Both of them need to be unlocked. Because when I go to leave and I push one of the doors and it doesn't budge because you haven't unlocked that one, even though they're both fucking doors, I need to look dead in the camera. You make me look stupid, and it's because you're lazy and incompetent. There is no reason. I don't care. I don't care. It made me so mad. I had to sit in the car for like 5 minutes and be like, when I go.
Those were famously
Uh,
Chipotle doors. that
Those were
he
Chipotle
was
doors.
So
Chipotle
angry
door.
about.
I will say this, listeners, if you've ever noticed, if you've ever been like, wow, Adam's real heated this week, those are the times that I have written in advance what I want to talk about. Because
Yes.
that was one of them where I like the day it happened, I was like, let me open this damn notes app and make a note that I'm talking about these fucking doors.
Scroll all the way down because I don't even know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many notes.
So many. All right, let's play the next clip. Our midway.
Oh yeah.
It's at 11. RJ and I recorded. I head to the airport, and I get there at like 10 because the flight is so late that it's like it's not gonna security's not gonna be busy. So I get there at 10. There's like 3 people in front of me in TSA, and I was like, "Ugh, let me look and see which gate I am because I don't even know where. I don't know
I
which way
watch
I'm
this to
going
this
once I
day
get through
when
the
I
security."
need to get a good chuckle.
And I saw that
For
it was
Miranda's
gate
face.
I am.
I'm just
Go
looking
ahead.
at Miranda. I'm just like,
M25, and I said to myself, "That's
Where is
weird."
M? Oh my
I
God.
said M25. Midway doesn't have an M.
Oh my God, Adam, you're kidding me. Adam, read. I swear to God.
And then I actually looked at the letters of the airport, and it didn't say MDW. It said ORD, which is famously not Midway. It's O'Hare.
and then proceeds to pass away.
Oh.
Wow, this one's tough
This one's
because
tough.
Midway out of O'Hare is funny,
But I'm
But
hungry.
I'm still
But
mad
I'm
about
still
Chipotle.
hungry.
I know.
I'm not mad about Midway O'Hare.
'Cause that's
that's
on
I'm
you.
stupid.
I am mad about Midway O'Hare. That's hard.
tough.
That's hard.
Real nail biter.
Let's ask the
this
audience.
bracket was seated so well.
Yeah,
Let's ask
we
the
need to
audience.
ask the
Yeah,
audience.
the girls. What do you think?
We have votes.
Showing up to the wrong city airport if you live in a city that has multiple airports.
Again, it's like Ross from Friends showing up to
Yeah.
JFK when Rachel's flying out of Newark. It happens.
It
does.
happens. Or the egregious reduction. Oh, the girls are mad about Chipotle. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, all the girls, all our besties are like, I'm not.
This would
dumb
never
enough
happen to me.
do this.
Yeah.
It's a good point Jessica makes because she said, "Didn't Adam make it?"
Yes,
yeah,
I
by the
did.
grace of God.
By the grace of
By
God.
the literal grace
Truly-
of God.
And an asthma
angel
attack.
of-
And had an asthma attack.
Yeah.
Almost
Boots in
died.
hand. Or did you put your boots back on? You were running in your
You
I
were
were
damn
running.
running. I
these
put my boots
boots.
on, but they were not tied.
Wow.
So-
Oh, yeah. So I guess let's Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Going to the final.
Chipotle. Going to the
She is
going to the finals.
finale.
Going
She's
to
showing
the
up the
finals
finale.
for being the worst.
She's gonna show up to the finale ready to lip sync for her legacy of being the worst in our go offs. Okay. Let's go. Let's find Miss Cinderella Castle. This one is a recent girly.
This was
recent.
just a few weeks ago.
How many people are going to keep believing stupid Walt
Look at Adam.
Disney World and Disney Parks news? Mousetrap news is going to keep alive because millions of you people are so gullible. I
Pretty
cannot
up
even
there on it.
believe
My
how
bad.
many people actually thought that Cinderella Castle burned to the ground. These clips are already so stupid. First of all, they have the 50 emblem on Cinderella Castle, which is no longer. Second of all, every major news outlet would be talking about the fact that Cinderella Castle burned to the ground. How are you
It
going to
would
believe
be bigger than when Notre Dame was on fire. I promise you.
real?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
absolute real.
Is that you think that's true?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
think about this, RJ. How many people, if Cinderella Castle was on fire,
It's a lot
first of all,
of
there would be
people there.
a million. There would be a million videos of it. There are like a bunch of videos just from that one time, like 7 years ago. That
Phantasmic was on fire. Remember
Fantastic.
that?
Oh,
That
right.
was
Dragon,
Maleficent
yes.
was on
Maleficent.
fire. When the fucking
When the
when the
bear-
mountain when the mountain caught fire at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train
Oh,
in
yeah.
I
like
remember that.
2016 or whatever. Like, and
Yep.
that was just like nothing. There was like one little bloop. This would, I mean, people would be in mourning. People would start GoFundMe's for
would
the
start-
Walt
for the
Disney
Walt
Company.
Disney-
I'm not
yeah.
even kidding.
People would be putting flowers.
It would be, I mean,
Uh-huh.
truly,
hub.
it would be the worst response. People think that Disney adults are wild. I mean, just wait till
Just
Cinderella
wait till
Castle
Cinderella
burns to the ground.
down.
You'll really see it then.
From I don't know,
I
a
do
grease
think
fire
of all
from
the-
Cinderella Royal Table.
Honestly,
Honestly.
maybe. All right, what are we up against?
Black Friday shopping. Okay. here we
Black
go.
Friday shopping. We got to go back to
We gotta
November.
go back to here we go.
We used to be a proper country.
No.
Not too long ago, we used to be a proper country. We used to gather every fourth Thursday of November, get a big old newspaper.
My
I
God,
say that
Miranda!
every- and I'm really passionate, I
And
swear.
you know
Oh my
what?
god.
We would hunt down the best deals. We would come up with a plan of attack, and then your ass would go to bed at 9 p.m. and your parent would be standing over you at 3:30 a.m. being like, "It's time to go, Miranda.
It's time to
Get
go.
your coat, get your hat, get the warmest clothing you own because we're going." And you used to sit out in that Best Buy or Target line for hours. We used to be
First of all, that is so funny. And every time Miranda goes
Every
Every time I'm like,
I'm so sorry.
turn on
but
that
it's
mid
when I'm so passionate. And honestly, I love that we bleep it on Reels because I think it emphasizes it more. You know
oh,
what I mean?
absolutely, yeah.
it hits
You
harder.
got- you
It
Gotta
hits
hear it.
harder. But
Ugh.
I'm so sorry.
The
I'll
way
be better.
Miranda
I'm giving up
talks
the F word for
about
Lent.
the way Miranda talks about
Halfway through Lent, girl. It's
It's
Easter
over
in
in
2 weeks. It's Easter next week.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's my apology to everyone.
the
I
way
won't
Miranda
fucking say
talks
fuck
about
anymore, okay?
the way Miranda talks about Black Friday of yore.
Oh my god. As if we
I wonder, there is a part of me that pictures Miranda as the president in Independence Day giving the like speech about like we are going to beat the aliens. We will do it. This is very that energy.
or it's
Yeah.
giving like we used to walk up the hill, down the hill to go to school.
Uphill both ways.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yes. This is gonna be
in
your
the
like
snow.
there's Grandma
Goodness.
Miranda again.
That'll be
Mama
me.
Miranda.
I'll be preaching to all of them.
We didn't have these online. This one's tough because they're both so egregiously passionate. I think Miranda's performance definitely,
Miranda's a
Very
good
much.
go offer.
absolutely.
I get very passionate about lots of things.
And that's why the
Many-
girlies-
many minuscule things.
The girls need to send in their go offs because Miranda and Adam are ready to.
I'm ready to read.
Read
Oh, yeah.
the house down boots.
I'll take on that passion for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A voice for the
that's
voiceless.
where I'm an empath, you know? That's where I'm an empath.
Oh.
RJ and Casey are empaths for like they have true empathy. But I'm like,
We have a true
I
empathy.
share your anger.
Yeah.
I'll take that on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
That's
ready
my
to
own.
agree.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
agree. Okay.
Oh my god. I mean,
Cinderella.
I feel like I have to go with Cinderella because it doesn't stop at just Cinderella Castle. It has continued on.
It's Black Friday shopping for me. It's the one I'm still mad about.
It's hard because I have such a close relationship with that one because I had to disappoint very very close to me, my family, my brother. That like no, we'll just.
Here's my thing about the Cinderella Castle one as a go off, and I don't want to give you notes, Miranda. But if we're layering an argument, if we're forming a thesis,
I can take notes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're mad at. If you're mad at Mousetrap News, or you're
Or-
mad at the
or the
people
people
who
who
watch
believe
the
it.
Mousetrap News.
I am mad at people who watch Mousetrap News. I
Mm.
think I love The Onion. I think Mousetrap News as a
It's that.
concept is funny.
Watching the
I-
video and being like, "Oh my god, this is real."
Miranda, did you hear? Are you there?
Disney World junkies.
No. Yeah, it's like all over junkies. Like people are asking. It's
Mhm.
I'm mad at them.
You're mad at
I'm not
stupidity.
mad at Mousetrap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much
Okay.
that.
So maybe I should rename it to Cinderella Castle didn't burn down, and that's the go up. Oh well, no, that makes it sound like we were mad that it.
We were
didn't.
mad that it didn't burn down.
We were mad it wasn't true.
I hold firm to my Black Friday. We're at a dead heat, so it looks like it's gonna be passed back to the audience again.
Audience, what do you think?
Audience, what do we think?
Audience.
Maisie Moo's in the chat with us. Excited to see this bracket.
Jessica.
Parent teacher
Just
conference. We're
Dolly.
so close to spring break. Wow.
So close to Easter.
And Easter.
Famously, Easter's coming up. Miranda's
Yeah.
just now gonna start her.
You know
Her
who else
Lent.
is gonna rise on Easter? And that's Casey to Chives. Casey arrives on Easter Sunday.
Oh wow.
She said,
Yep.
"I'm not taking that New York curse." That's what I should have put on here. New Year's Eve and chives.
Her
A curse.
COVID curse.
I better not get a curse because once I get back from Chives, 3 days later I'm getting back on a
She's
plane and going to
Oh,
the
she's
Dominican
going to
Republic.
Dominican Republic. Yes.
At least we'll be up in a suite and not in a crowd of humans.
Okay,
We have a
Jessica's
vote for
voting Cinderella. So
Castle. All right.
Great. There we go.
wow. So
And that's audience participation.
Cinderella Castle simply for the passion. Absolutely. All right. Well, now we have our final lip sync of the evening. Okay.
Wow.
This is Sasha Colby and Anitra. Right now.
Sure. Two legends.
Two legends.
Two
stand
legends stand before
Stand
me.
before me.
stand before me.
All
What?
right.
What are we saying that in the past year the most off we've went between the two?
I mean, Cinderella Castle currently has the handicap because RJ couldn't find the clip of
Chipotle
us
clip.
talking about Chipotle
That's
serving
right, true.
size.
So we just heard it, yeah.
But we've talked about Chipotle,
But
and
I
they're
We talk about
we've talked about
Chipotle
Chipotle multiple
all the
times,
time.
because
and we
they
keep
Yeah.
are
referring to
disappointing.
it. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
disappointment never goes away.
It honestly has not redeemed itself.
And you know what?
No, I
We
don't
have
think it will.
friend of the show Ari, who I don't know a person who has more passion about eating at Chipotle more
Chipotle.
than our friend Ari.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure she's listening to this right now, and she's like,
Oh yeah, she's nodding. She's like, "You gotta go
screaming.
I can tell you that is not true. The last time I talked to her, she was like, "I don't even know what you're talking about. I get
Well,
like
she's
tons
like-
of portion sizes, but she also eats
Oh,
no
yes,
meat.
That's true.
She just
Oh.
has like
That's the
rice
thing,
and veggies.
If you get the
and-
veggie, they do fill it up. But I've only noticed that when I'm in person, like we said. So I think the
if you
online-
order
You gotta
ahead,
be in
you are getting
person.
half a bowl.
because they're
Uh-huh.
just trying to get through it quickly.
They are doing the like how you're supposed to properly measure flour, where they scoop it and then they level that
Level
ice,
it off.
that rice
Yeah.
right off.
They've got the measuring the food weight.
They've got the scale.
and they're like
Oh.
50 grams.
yeah.
Done.
Ding, ding,
No.
ding, ding. Add
You
Give
one
me at
rice grain
least
at a time.
125 grams of rice. Do you understand?
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're doing a calorie deficient diet and you want to have the proper serving size, that would be the way to go. You probably be under calories.
If you're
but-
then you're not going to Chipotle. Do you understand? Like
Wow.
you never
See,
you
this-
never know.
Here's the
You never
passion. Here's the
know.
passion.
But
I-
here's the
I-
other thing. People are stupid. And Cinderella Castle burning down is just one example of many, many times that people have
Believed something.
believed things that they should not believe.
Now,
that
to
they
be-
should know better than.
Yes. Not
Right.
not this is
Should
not
they
counting.
should they believe that Kate Middleton is dead somewhere? No.
No,
They're stupid.
That Adam,
But yet
Adam
they
is-
But yet-
believe.
But Adam believes. Yeah. Well, she's not dead. She just got a BBL. I don't know why you keep
She got
twisting the
bangs.
facts.
And she's
got-
waiting for them
I
to grow
got
out.
Bang.
I got bangs.
All right,
Um,
girlies.
Burleys.
Burlies. Bestie girlies.
Go ahead.
RJ, go first. RJ, go first. What's your pick?
I'm gonna go.
This is not an anonymous vote. This is out in the open.
Yes. It's traitors.
I
Cinderella Castle, I vote for you.
this is caucus. We're caucusing.
Cinderella Castle, I'm gonna vote for you. You've just been, the stories don't line up, and you're
Obviously,
saying
we'd have to go to. It doesn't matter.
All right.
I'm picking Cinderella Castle. I think it feeds on the no one fact checks anymore, especially, and I hate to say it, the people who will fall for it are just
Yeah.
the people that it's the people that are crying on TikToks when they talk about planning trips.
Oh,
It's people crying on TikTok when you give a trip tip. If you say
yeah.
enjoy your time and you just start crying.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about that?
I obviously have to go with Cinderella Castle Burned Down because I unfortunately do have to deal with these people who do believe these lies a lot of the time because of the industry I am in.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's personal for you.
Yeah.
it's
And
personal.
yeah.
I'm going with Chipotle serving size. I think I'll actually never be over it. I think I have never the fall from grace of Chipotle in the cultural fabric of our American society needs to be. I want to see a Netflix documentary about it. A 6-part Netflix documentary about it one day. They said that one romaine recall, and then ever since then we've been
that
downhill.
recall, we have never recovered.
We've never
We've never
recovered.
recovered.
That's
so
I mean, this is my
right.
ground zero.
That's true.
Adam.
Adam.
Miranda's face.
Can you remove us from Stream RJ?
Oh my God. Anyway, I do feel like for science, someday we should go to Chipotle, order in person, and then also order one online. Just to
Yes.
Oh,
That's empirical data.
I
think
we'll
we should
add
do
it.
it.
We'll add
Yeah.
it in
Add it
Live
to the
from Shy.
Chicago.
Live from Shy.
If you want to donate to our Chipotle
Our two
Join our
Chipotle
Patreon.
orders.
Yeah.
Oh, and on Patreon we will do the side by side videos.
Yeah, we will get a
Oh,
scale.
for
We
sure,
have a
yeah.
scale.
We have
we will weigh
Yes.
them.
scales. Yep.
Mhm.
Casey, what's your vote?
Casey,
You're the
your
you're the
Listen, so
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, Casey.
Come on.
So, there was
Fast
a
food
time-
girly.
There was a time that we talked about Chipotle on this podcast, and then I was so dead set on getting Chipotle, and then I go to the Chipotle, and I go in the door, and there's no one there except for one man working, and he says, "We're closed," and I said, "But I
I forgot
What?
about
That's
this. I
right.
forgot about this.
And he's like, "I don't know what to tell you. We're closed."
Oh
and
my God, I
then,
forgot about this.
and then I
story.
walk out, and there's another guy about to walk in. And I go, "They're closed." And he goes, "Well, I placed a mobile order." And I said, "So did I. Good luck, man." So I'm gonna have to go
Oh.
with serving size because my serving size was zero. Nothing.
Zero. It's
got a
gotten
big
I got
egregious.
no serving size.
Yeah.
And
So for-
the
And
chat
Casey
bot is
went
just
home
like,
hungry
"Oh,
that
huh."
night.
Yeah.
Man,
Hungry,
we did
and-
talk, there was a good couple of weeks that we talked about Chipotle, and it does sound good every time we talk about it.
It
You're like,
sounds
oh,
great.
with that
Sounds
vinaigrette
great.
and the sour cream,
That
the mixing
quesadilla,
of
yes,
two,
the
like,
quesadilla.
The
The
quesadilla.
Yeah, but
little-
not the queso.
but not
Not
the
the
Not
Not
the
the
queso.
queso.
Never.
Queso was
did.
another one where it was like they rolled out queso.
Uh-huh.
They were like, "Here we go, we're doing queso," and then it
fighting-
was
yeah.
the moment
bad.
you were waiting
Finally.
for. It
This
was
Go Awf March
watery.
should have just been Chipotle. Period. Like,
Chipotle, period.
Chipotle,
Periodically.
Like they would have been better off just giving us nacho cheese.
yeah,
would've
the
liked
fake
it more.
cheese,
Truly.
for sure.
Because
But
the
we
queso they
turn
give you
to-
in serving size, the queso they give you, the small is like you can't dip a chip into this whenever it's like half an inch thick, tall. I don't know. It's the Chipotle for me.
So we're at a dead heat. We're at a dead
and
lot.
we turn to the chat.
We turn once again to the
We
audience.
turn once again to the audience.
I have
And
both
the chat
versions ready to show on
has
screen. so-
overwhelmingly said Cinderella
Well,
Castle.
Jessica had said Cinderella because she commented again and said for all the F bombs because that's passion.
Because really, at the end of the day, this isn't what we're deciding today. Is what is the greatest go off? Okay,
of the year.
Mm.
not what we're most upset about. It's what performance are we living
Oh.
for?
See, that
Oh.
was my question earlier, and I think I also misunderstood.
But Dolly's saying Chipotle.
But Dolly's saying Chipotle.
And unfortunately, I don't think anyone else is listening live and commenting. So
But we have Maisie Moo and Jessica said Cinderella.
Maisie
Yeah, but
Moo.
that-
Maisie
Maisie
Moo
Moo
was
Maisie Moo
the
was
last,
the
the
semifinals.
last,
That's
the
semifinals.
Yes,
semifinals.
semifinals.
Oh, I see. I understand. I'm getting confused.
Anybody else in the chat?
We need
Is
one more.
anyone else?
vote.
Where the hell are Be Free and Freelac?
They're
They
seeing
went to
Wicked.
go see Wicked.
Look.
Oh, that's tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a
on a
multi-running
Tuesday?
unit. Babe.
It's been
she's
running.
Oh,
Sunday. Mondays are
It's
dark
been running
days.
for weeks. It's here until like the 30th or the 31st.
they literally
Wicked
booked
only
it
does-
during South by Southwest on purpose.
Wicked does at least minimum 3-week engagements. They don't do any shorter than that. I don't think.
Maisie Moo voted.
Gotta go with Chipotle.
Boys love
Chipotle
RJ
Gotta go.
wins.
And Boys Love
Honestly-
RJ just voted Chipotle. Wow.
Chipotle. Thank you, Boys Love RJ. Chipotle has gotten this podcast riled up so many times that I do feel like it deserves the championship win of our go offs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but really, I mean, Miranda's performance really put up a strong fight. You know, dropping F-bombs left and right. My God,
but
the lack of
honestly-
professionalism is really
But
something
if
to
I
admire.
would have gone, if something personally would have happened to me at Chipotle this past year and I went off about it, I can guarantee you I would have sworn then as well. If that makes
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Well, there you go. The greatest go off. We went
And it is a real
off.
group go off.
That's
It's
true.
just
That's it,
Chipotle
go
It was
off.
generally.
hard to pinpoint one go off because we kept talking.
We
because
we
they
keep-
kept
Just a-
offending
she's a
They
us.
kept
theme,
fucking
a
up.
constant theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sour
Mhm.
cream makes my tummy hurt also.
That's
Oh.
that's on
See, I
you.
That's when I
love-
I
love
learned
their
I
sour
needed
cream.
to sometimes take a lactate.
Oh.
And
See,
it was
I'll
their
get
sour
the
cream.
quesadilla, and then one of my sides will just be sour cream. I just dip it like it's like
Oh,
frosting.
sure.
Oh God, it's so good.
But then also hot sauce.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah.
oh.
I do like their guac.
Well, of course. Of course.
I like their
course.
guac and I like my little lime chips.
I do like my little
Oh,
lime chips.
I love a king
Salty
salt
lime
chip.
chips.
A king
Mhm.
salt. You know, you get one of those chips that has the massive like chunk of salt.
Chunk of salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And their fountain is good. I will say their fountain.
Okay,
is
so
good.
what we're saying is we're still gonna continue to go to Chipotle.
And that's why we're gonna
still
keep
gonna
getting
go.
mad
We're
about
gonna get
this.
but
burned.
fuck
Yes.
you, Chipotle.
Yeah, and we understand it's an us problem now. Like
Yeah,
we understand. Fool me once,
Gross.
shame on you. Fool me 18 times, and that's on us. And we're fine. We're fine.
Well,
Well,
amazing.
congrats to Chipotle.
Congrats to Chipotle for
Congrats Chipotle for
ruining
making
our
it
year.
the most mad.
Absolutely. All right. Now, do you have things to go off on, or should we?
I did, but I always do.
You
know
always do.
that.
Because I was
always-
saying, like, I mean, we did go through 8 go offs, so I think
Yeah,
we can
it was a
gift
lot of-
ourselves.
it was a lot
But
of
I will say for everyone, since we're not doing a go off, our next Patreon episode will be an Ask Me Anything. We've posted an Instagram story about it. If you are in close friends, you can ask us there. We'll do a post and you can reply on it there. But if you have any nothing, we will not turn away a question.
They
So-
can be business, professional,
Yeah.
personal.
You could even
Not-
literally
not-
like
some
You can
good
literally
ones.
be like, if two Space Mountain cars are going at 15 miles per hour, and one give us an equation like that. We can do that.
I'm
too.
happy to
What
tell
you-
you the dispatch interval between each rocket on Space
Yeah.
Mountain if you want to know
Right.
that information.
They'll spill secrets on the attractions as well.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
I'll let you know
Trade
what
secrets.
attraction I put on clients' itineraries if I'm angry.
If you don't like
Oh.
them,
No, it's not that. It's if I'm upset and frustrated. I'll sometimes put an attraction on there for funsies without a disclaimer. Sometimes I do it because it's a long story. You'll find out more.
You'll find out
only if
more.
they ask.
Friends.
Only if
Only
they
if
ask.
they ask.
You gotta ask.
And I'll post on Close Friends.
Oh, Maisie
Right
Moo, I
now.
think got it. Did Maisie Moo get it?
Oh, Jessica wants to see my shirt.
Cute.
Cute.
I too once had that shirt.
RJ once had that tee, my S Club tee, and it fell off of his shoulder at the beginning of the concert.
Because we were so sure that like, oh, that's just a DJ playing music. That's nothing. Because that's what everyone was saying.
Everyone said it was a DJ. It was not. It was S Club.
It was not.
And we
S Club had
ran.
come out, and we ran. Yeah, they wanted to get out of that concert as quickly as we did too.
And
So
you
they
know
were
what?
like,
They
let's start on
succeeded.
Let's start this on time, bitch. So yes, if you join the Close Friends, you'll be able to hear our AMA.
Can I do one go on?
Sure.
Go
I wanna-
on, Adam.
I want to
Go
go.
on, Adam,
go-
go on.
I want to go on about our new landlord. So we signed a new lease,
Oh yeah.
and I went and dropped off checks to him, and he was like, "Well, I'm just gonna give you a month for free and give you the keys now because I don't want the responsibility of the keys, so you can just move in whenever." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So
Oh,
shout out.
That's not.
So shout out to our landlord who.
That's the best. I
Seems
love
chill.
situations where you can move progressively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not like, well, you better put the water in your name by this time, or is that included? Or like,
Water's included. The only one we have to do is gas. I have to set that up, but they have to. The
water
gas
is
company
included
has to-
anywhere in
Amazing.
Chicago, right?
Typically, yes, but some landlords charge a fee. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Oh.
The things you learn in real estate.
Real estate.
Shredder, sharder.
They're not supposed to charge for water. Is what it
I was
really
gonna
is.
say, yikes. All
Yeah.
right.
So yeah,
Now
so
you know.
we'll probably be recording this next week, so you'll have this week to ask us anything.
Ask us what our Chipotle
and then-
order is.
Yeah.
and by the time
Oh,
this is
yeah.
out, our Close Friends will be out that we
Oh, yeah.
recorded last week.
Oh yes, yes. People will be.
Are
able
just
to
like,
listen
yes,
to
I
her.
did that.
That's
Yeah,
right.
sure,
I
go
did.
on.
She's already on there. She's ready to go. There's a Disney Channel night. We do our own Disney Channel night, and it is a video. You should be, if you're connected to Spotify, you should still be able to see the video. But you can go on the actual Close Friends page on Patreon, and you'll be able to watch the clips with us. So there you go.
Right.
All right. Thanks for the chat. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Maisie. Thanks, Dolly. The dolls. Thanks, girls, for being here.
You're welcome.
And don't forget to read the group chat. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye. I'm gonna do the
Bye
Trixie
now.
Mattel.
I'll do it.
Goodbye.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.